The Jamaican government says Hurricane Melissa has killed at least 19 people after it struck the island nation earlier this week. Search and rescue efforts are continuing in the worst hit areas. A clearer picture of the devastation is emerging. The town of Black River in particular on the island's southwest coast was one of the worst hit areas. The satellite image we're showing you now is from February earlier this year, and you can see the local market and next to it the fire station. Well, this is what Melissa did to those areas. Elsewhere in the Caribbean, at least 25 people have died in the island nation of Haiti. Our news reporter Nick Davis is in Kingston, Jamaica for us now. And Nick, we were speaking earlier about some of the challenges in some of those areas that have been particularly badly hit. Just remind us of the priorities.
I mean, at the moment, it's trying to get to people who are trapped. The number of the communities are completely isolated. They can't even get out to be able to get help. Many instances, the roadways have been washed away. Because the country is so mountainous, it means being able to get away from where they are is almost impossible. Inundated streets, inundated fields, precipitous walks to be able to get to safety, and often with young children, it means that these people will have to be rescued. You can't even go in there with helicopters. It's going to be a really difficult task to be able to get some of these people. And you have to bear in mind that they don't have any power or any electricity or any even water at the moment.
You've kind of answered my next question, because I was going to ask about if there are enough government resources that are being thrown at this. And I was going to say, why can't you use helicopters to gain access to these areas?
It's a number which you need. A lot of media interest has been clearly on Black River because it's the area of most need right now. But you have pockets of communities. And that's the thing about Jamaica. I often describe it as kind of hill and gully, because in every hill and every gully, there's a community of some nature. And in central Jamaica, a lot of that because of the fact that it's rural communities. Now, how do you get enough resources? How do you get enough rotary aircraft to be able to get into those areas? It's very, very difficult. You need to be able to get roadways. Jamaica has so many roadways. It's just so impassable to get through to many of these communities. And that's part of the problem.
Is there a feeling yet, Nick, that the government could be doing more, or are Jamaicans very patient with this period following Melissa?
That's a great question. I think that Jamaicans, by their very nature, are very resilient people, and they're aware that the country is going through an unprecedented challenge. But at the end of the day, people want water. I was in Falmouth on the north coast, and people in the hospital, orderlies, were having to clear the actual hospital from debris. They hadn't been in contact with their government. They hadn't been given any supplies. Police officers, someone joked and shouted out, you know, what's Andrew doing for you? Because the police hadn't heard from high command, because they don't have Starlink. They don't have that longer length communication to be able to connect with people outside of their region themselves.
Nick, very quickly, you said people want water. After 3 days, you will die if you don't have water. So you say this, but the implications are, why aren't people getting water?
People are doing what they can in some of these communities. People did stock up, but sometimes they're taking matters into their own hands and finding water where they can. If it's in a partially destroyed house, they'll do it.
OK, Nick Davis, thank you very much indeed for that update. Thank you. And you can follow Nick throughout the day, but also the BBC News website has the latest developments.